apart from the transformational leadership, system leadership, there is another kind of leadership, it is called strategic leadership. Now, speak a little bit about the strategies for the leaders to combat teaching learning challenges. First of all, a good teacher must involve his students in the interaction process. Gone are those days when education was only a bipolar process. The teacher was speaking and the student was listening, and at the end of the lesson the student was allowed to only ask a few questions for clarification. It was happening. Nowadays there has been multimedia approach. The student is to interact with the teachers, he has to get his doubts clarified, and now the multimedia and the other things involved in teaching learning process, they have really made the teaching learning very attractive, joyful, that makes the students happy to learn without feeling burdensome. And visiting teacher must visit other classrooms than of his own, just to witness what is happening in other classroom, what are his peers are doing, and teacher must have a thorough preparation before getting into the classroom. He must understand his students, their behavior, their level, their understanding, all these things are important, and lesson planning before entering into the classroom is the most important aspects of the teaching related leadership qualities. Then coming to the next above him is the department head. The department head is to manage the things in a very meticulous manner, bringing harmony with all the teachers, other supporting staffs, and providing them the logistics whatever they require, and making the whole department work in a collegial structure. Beyond the department head, there are deans. Deans are senior academic people. They have substantial experience in the whole gamut of educational and exercises. The deans are always given the responsibility of monitoring different departments, their activities. They are the guiding force for different departments, and again beyond the deans, vice chancellor is there. Vice chancellor is the CEO, chief executive officer of the organization. Vice chancellor has to deal with the students, teachers, technical staff, administrative staff, different kind of unions, and the adjacent societies around them for their grievances and related things. So, therefore, the job of the vice chancellor is not that easy. That is why from the beginning I told that the academic leadership is certainly and definitely a challenging task and more complex task, and managing a cohort of people with a diversified interest, diversified way of working, and a diversified nature of supporting the university system has to be managed by the vice chancellor. Again, the vice chancellor has to work, maybe he enjoyed definitely a larger degree of autonomy, but in compliance to the university statutes, acts, ordinances, and the whole chain of process must understand. They must be familiarized with the university act and statutes, ordinances in order to handle the job in a very effective manner. And in the whole process, the unit cannot be uniformly governed. Their governance system structure may be slightly different, but all are percolating, rather all are aligned to the vision, mission and objective of the system of university. That is what the most important task. Decision making. Nowadays, decision making has become, always it was earlier there that the institutional leaders, academic leaders, they were certainly involved into decision making process, but today decision making process has taken a different turn. Now, the academic leaders, they must be endowed, they must be bestowed with a different kind of quality. They must be having updated knowledge, and they must be aware about the trends of the international organizations in order to support accomplishing the institution's mission. And apart from the activities of the universities, the leaders are also expected to play a major role in establishing a contact with their societies and with their alumni organizations. Now, funding is one of the biggest issue the universities are facing today. Autonomy, accountability, and there are certain other things. Yes, regulating the not regulating, complying with the regulating architecture, compliance of the regulating bodies. This is also another biggest role the leaders are supposed to play. Now, if you look at the university system, earlier the universities were basically independent and autonomous bodies engaged in the pursuits of knowledge. Today, if you look at the governance structure, if you look at the regulation system, they have become the compliance driven institutions.